welcome back to the NHL on MHS.
Scores!
What a shot!
Shot scores!
That is your winner.
Scores! A highlight reel goal as the Panthers are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
We welcome you to the KeyBank Center here in Buffalo, New York, where the Sabres have won 13 of their last 15 games. This is the third and final meeting between the Buffalo Sabres and the Philadelphia Flyers. Hello, everybody. I'm Max. Glad you're with us here on the NHL and MHS, as this is the third and final meeting that the Sabres and the Flyers will have this season. The last time the Sabres played against these Flyers, they won 5-3 on December 18th. That was a part of that 10-game win streak that they had around that end of the month where they started to get their season going, and they finally turned it around, basically. They looked like they were not even going to be a playoff team or even competing or having meaningful games here in January, but now they are fighting with the Philadelphia Flyers in the Eastern Conference playoff spot right now in the standings, trying to make a playoff spot for the first time since 2011. As they are on track to doing so, they lost the last game against the Florida Panthers in regulation, but man, one of the big guys that have been out there for the Buffalo Sabres is Tage Thompson, who leads the team in goals and points with 22 goals and 42 points. On the other side of things, Zegras leads the team in scoring for the Philadelphia Flyers with 4 points in his last 8 games. He has started to slow down a little bit in his production, but man, he has been great. But the Philadelphia Flyers trying to right the ship here because right now they have lost their last 3, one of them in overtime. They are 0-2-1 in their last 3. They need to get back together. And the one thing that has been very bad for the Philadelphia Flyers is their power play. It is 15.3%. And it's 31st ranked in the National Hockey League. One of the worst penalty or power plays in the National Hockey League right now. And facing against the 4th ranked penalty kill for the Sabres as their 84.7% effectiveness. This might be another tough night for the Philadelphia Flyers power play, as they need to right the ship here right now, as they are in a tight fighting position with the Buffalo Sabres 13-2-0. in their last 15 games, as they have been great. These Sabres have been great recently, but maybe some good news here for the Philadelphia Flyers. They reactivate Jamie Drysdale off of IR. He was gone since January 6th after a big hit, and now he's back to the lineup. And but when it looked like it was good news, there's also some bad news. Rasmus Ristolainen out day-to-day with an injury. So you get one back, you put one on injury reserve, and that's how it's been. Denver Barkey will be scratched for this game due to the reappearance of Drysdale. And let's see what we see tonight here as the Buffalo Sabres and the Philadelphia Flyers. There's Zegras, and there's Tage Thompson. They are both fighting for that playoff spot, each 1 point out of a playoff spot. We'll be back, everybody. to the KeyBank Center here in Buffalo, New York, as we welcome you back in, the Philadelphia Flyers and the Buffalo Sabres on the Wednesday night rivalry here on the NHL on MHS. As we welcome you in, everybody. Glad you're with us here. I'm Max. Glad you're with us here on the NHL on MHS. Let's go over the goalies tonight. And Dan Vladar will start in net. 16-7-4 in 27 starts. 2.42 goals against average, a save percentage of a .907 for the Philadelphia Flyers. For the Sabres, 16 games played, as Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen will start in net. 9-6-1 in his season here tonight, and goals against average of a 2.63 and a save percentage of a .904. As we welcome you in, everybody, I'm Max. This should be a compelling matchup. A lot on stake right now. This is going to be a very interesting one for sure. There is a lot to be watched. There's a lot to watch for here tonight. Can't say any words right now, but the Buffalo Sabres, the Flyers, they're both trying to hunt for that playoff spot. The Flyers have slowed down a little bit. Buffalo has kind of cooled down, but they continue to be great in this stretch of games. In the past 15 games, this looks like a brand new Buffalo Sabres squad. They have a real good chance of making the playoffs now that they put this streak of games, and they've won most of them. And the big reason why is their offense finally getting going here, and the goaltending has been great. Tage Thompson, 22 goals. Alex Tuck with 15 goals. Josh Doan with 14. Those are the three leaders in the Buffalo Sabres. But Tuck and Thompson, basically, the main offensive guys, and they have done pretty well, especially Tage Thompson. Team USA, he is going to be a wonder to see there in February in the Olympics. This is going to be interesting for sure. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back, everybody, with Puck Drop coming up next. We'll be back. Welcome you back, everybody, to Buffalo, New York, here at the KeyBank Center. The Flyers and the Sabres getting ready to match here tonight. And a crucial game here for both of them as they are trying to get 2 points out of this one and try to get some advantage here in the Eastern Conference standings. They are both 1 point out of a playoff spot, but the Eastern Conference in general is not separated by much points. It's just honestly insane. Sabres, all of a sudden, putting up a streak, and now they look like a confident team and a real good team that could make a push for the playoffs. They already done that here. The question is, can they maintain that throughout this season? That will be the million-dollar question for the Buffalo Sabres. For the Philadelphia Flyers, they started off good, but now in their last 10 games, they're 5-4-1. In the last 3, they're 0-2-1. They really need a big win here because they got spanked by the Lightning in consecutive games. The record for the Sabres, 24-16-4. The Flyers, 22-14-8. Here at the KeyBank Center. As we welcome you in, this should be probably one of the good matches we'll see here tonight. As the referees for tonight's game are Chris Schneiker and Chris Rooney. And the linespersons, Matt McPherson and Jesse Marquise. As we are just moments away from the puck being dropped here tonight. There's Owen Tippett out there to start. Trevor Zegras on the bench. The top line for the Sabres will start as Benson, Thompson, and Tucker out there as we're underway here in Buffalo. Shot back in from center. Did not get on the right side of the red line, so it is icing on the Flyers just 7 seconds in. And we get a whistle. And this faceoff now will be in the Philadelphia zone. Look at this. Toronto at 53 points. Buffalo and Philadelphia, same games played. They are 52 points. They're just one behind the Toronto Maple Leafs. It is honestly insane. Every night you look at the standings nowadays, and you just see a brand new team there in the wild card spot, and you see the other team, they're just 1 or 2 points away. It is just that tight in the Eastern Conference for that wild card spot, and I bet you we'll play to the last day and figure out what's going to happen in the Eastern Conference playoffs, because there's no way we don't know the matchups in March. There's no way we know that in March. It is going to probably be to the last day of the regular season that we see definitively that either of these teams maybe make the playoffs. Shot back in as Tage Thompson has it in his own zone in the circle right in front of Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Benson, Thompson, and Tuck the top line. Stretched ahead as Josh Doan will fling it into the corner. Chipped along the wall, and it's cleared out the center for Zegras. Forced off the puck and body there by Doan. Backhands it around, got through as it's Drysdale in his return back to the lineup since January 6th. Owen Power plays it across as the Buffalo Sabres looks to transition the other way off the stick of Norris and goes into the corner. Big collision there as they were finishing the check there along the boards. Nice board play there, almost. But nothing happened there as it's Andre moving it ahead. Zegras along the board. Zegras to Andre. The shot! Blocked down. Rebound in front. Dvorak got hooked down. That should be a penalty. Is it? I'm not sure. Sealer holds on to it. Feeds it back up top. Andre delayed penalty. Feeds it. Zegras in front. That deflected wide by Dvorak. Andre delayed penalty coming up to the Sabres from the blue line. Plays it across for Zegras. Zegras knocked away, and it's cleared out the center. Delayed penalty. Finally touched up by the Sabres. And just a minute and 52 seconds into the game, Dvorak, I believe, draws the penalty there for the Philadelphia Flyers. And that's a hook, I believe, on Owen Power, either Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Either one of the two. Either way, it's a Flyers power play. And so the Flyers, a big opportunity early on in the game on the man advantage to try to get the first goal of the game, potentially. We will see if they can convert here. 5-on-4 power play here for the Flyers. See if they can get something here. Dvorak, Zegras, Konechny, Tippett, and York here on this power play unit. Tuck forces it out to center. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen for hooking. That is the penalty. 31st ranked power play for the Flyers, and the penalty kill for the Sabres is 4th best in the National Hockey League. Konechny holds it in. Backhand pass into the middle. I was intended for Tippett. He got it in his skates, gets it back along the boards. Tippett up high. York plays it across. Zegras faked the one-timer in the circle. Now Zegras, a shot save made. Blocked away there by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Here's York. Tippett lets it go as it's rimmed all the way around for Zegras. Plays it across right to the middle. Tippett in the circle. Slows down on the bouncing puck. York. Zegras in the circle. Back for York at the blue line. The shot! That deflected wide. Tippett trying to get a backhander away. Couldn't. Dvorak stuck along the boards. Trying to fish the puck free here with a minute left to go on the man advantage. Buffalo will clear it down the length of the ice. Only one shot here in this one. Vladar plays it off the boards. Almost given away there. Here's Drysdale behind the net. Chipped it into the corner for Sanheim. Back for Drysdale again. And it's shot back in by Sanheim. Play by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen behind the net. Drysdale holds it in. Into the corner. Cates trying to force a centering pass there. Now stuck along the boards. Again, Buffalo will clear it. And this is why the Philadelphia Flyers power play has been this bad. You can see how bad it is, and you know that's why it's ranked 31st in the National Hockey League. Grabenkin force it back in. Dahlin along the boards in the corner. 5 seconds to go on the man advantage. An early opportunity not converted on. Here for the Philadelphia Flyers as Buffalo clears it again. Out of the box was Krebs, who served that penalty for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Almost an awkward help on Vladar, and almost banked into the net for the Sabres. Couturier now from the pass by Grundstrom. Couturier cutting, got Grundstrom in the middle. That was blocked. Great block there by Metsä. Along the boards, it is Grundstrom feeding it back up to the point, and it was bouncing on the stick. Shot back in by Sealer. Almost 5 minutes into this first period. No score, big hit along the boards. Thompson gets hit there as Benson feeds it across. Shot back in. As it's played around the boards by Sealer on the backhand. Flyers trying to get out of their zone. Cleared out to center ice instead. Power with the puck now. We'll move it ahead. Owen Power stick handling into the zone. Lost the puck as he got it forced away there by Sealer. Abols will try to move it ahead here for Tippett into the corner. Tippett behind the net. Pressured by Power from behind. He muzzles his way through and Tippett forces it back up top to the point. Tippett gets it back from Andre. The shot! Glove save! Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. The shot from the circle. And a big stop there by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. And the shots are 2-0 Flyers and still scoreless here in Buffalo. There's a simple shot trying to label that to the top corner. Instead it labels the glove side and the glove hand of Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Big stop there for him. Since December 21st, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, 5-1, 930 save percentage. Before that, he was atrocious, 884 save percentage before that. It's unbelievable. He has stepped up here, and that's been one of the reasons why the Sabres have been very good in this stretch of games. Their goaltending has been better, and that's why they've been able to hold on to leads, and they are playing just way better as a team. Oslin forcing it into the corner. Doan, Oslin trying to get it back along the boards. The Flyers struggling power play. Struggled in that first opportunity earlier on in the period. That's going to be an icing here on the Flyers. They won't be able to get a change, and the faceoff will go back into the Philadelphia zone. And Konechny arguing about that on why that was an icing. And Rick Tocchet, looking at that, wants a conversation with one of the linesmen. Konechny pleading his case here. Got dismissed there by Chris Schlenker. Or Schlenker, pardon me. Chris Schlenker. Yeah, Yeah, that might have been not icing, but we continue on. Dvorak in the face-off dot. And he does not win the draw, and it's a misplay off the face-off. So we get a restart. It was McLeod. Ryan McLeod out there with Zucker and Jack Quinn. Dvorak and McLeod. A big delay off this face-off here. They're trying to get the time right, I believe. The timekeeper in the penalty box now. They look like they're going to get ready for the face-off. Dvorak and McLeod on the face-off dot. McLeod looks to win it. Muscles away there by Dvorak. And the Flyers will look to move it ahead. Zegras flipped it up in the air out to center. Dvorak gloves it down to himself. Try to make a move. That did not work as Jack Quinn will force it back into the Flyers zone. York will play it across for Sanheim. And into the corner. They rim it back in. Tip it into the corner. Grabenkin behind the net. Lost it as he was muscled away there by McLeod. Zucker gave it right into the slot. Tip it. Backhand pass across. Oh, what a save! Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen just robbed him. Oh, what a stop on Grabenkin. That's unbelievable. What a setup by Tippett, and Grabenkin somehow kept it out of the net. 13:52 to go. I can't believe it. That's highway robbery. We'll be back, everybody. We welcome you back, everybody, here to the KeyBank Center inside of the, the KeyBank Center, inside where? They're doing a big thing on NHL and TNT with Paul Bissonnette and his parents here in the suite as he is doing his first game in the between the benches. That's probably a great thing to hear. Off the face-off one here is the Flyers. They move it around here with the puck in the offensive zone as the shots are 3-0 in favor of these Flyers. Along the boards it's fought for. And not out of the zone just yet. That looked like a cross-check from behind by Kozak. They don't call it. Goes back to the blue line, fed across here, a long shot. Deflected down! And it got deflected to the near side. Juleson with the opportunity. And Byram will settle it down. Plays it off the boards and moved ahead through center ice. A drop pass that was intended to get out of the zone. What a back check there on Krebs. Kozak out there with Krebs. And Malestein as he forced Grundstrom to the ground. Shot back in by the Sabres as it's played by Vladar. Tage Thompson on the forecheck. Played it across for Juleson. Juleson, the drop pass out of the reach and having the race for the puck here with Sealer. And he sends it down the length of the ice for icing. Just sloppy plays and trying to get the puck out of their own zone, and the Flyers again ice the puck. Still, the shots are 3-0 Flyers. The Sabres haven't recorded a shot on goal just yet. They had a perfect opportunity on that other chance. Here's a great save by Luukkonen. Great movement there by Tippett. Gerbenkin with an open net. And all smiles on the bench by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Like, whew. Glad I made that stop. Or else that would have been a 1-0 Flyers lead. Tage Thompson out to center. We'll move it ahead as they move back in. Tuck a shot that deflected wide of the net. As it was forced into the corner. Dahlin lost it. As it's shot back in. Tage Thompson on the forecheck trying to get the puck back. Obels will clear it out to center. Gave it into the middle. Here's a chance here. As it's Cam York feeding it deep into the corner. Hathaway behind the net looks to center. One for Zegras. That didn't go. Hathaway tries to play it back to the point. Held in there. What a hold there. As it's Drysdale playing it in deep. They say that was onside too. Zegras along the boards. Trying to get it free here. Dvorak fishes it free. Trying to get it to Zegras. Instead, it's Tuck who forces it back to center ice. The drop pass here by Benson, and it's shot back in by the Sabres as they will go for a change. Andre behind the net now. 3-0. The shots favoring the Flyers. We are scoreless here in Buffalo. Forced into the corner, and Bryson will rim it all the way around. Norris trying to get it out of the zone, and he will out to center ice. Here's Bryson the other way to Doan. Doan back for Bryson. That didn't go. Norris in the corner. Now for Doan, and the pass is off the mark right there. Went behind him. Metsa now behind the net. In his own zone. Almost 9 minutes into the first period. And still no shots here for the Sabres. As Doan will move it ahead. Forced it on Vladar. He'll cover the puck. Exactly 9 minutes in, and it gets a little bit pushy and shoving in the corner. That diffused pretty quickly there in the corner. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen at home, a 7-1 record. 2.11 goals against average in the season. He has a .904 save percentage. Dan Vladar, 28th appearance. Career high was 30 in just last season. He has a .907 save percentage this year. Played spectacular in the game we covered in Philadelphia with the Toronto Maple Leafs. They lost 2-1 in overtime, but he made some big-time stops. As it's Byram the shot. Now it's saved there. And finally, the Sabres get a shot on goal. 9 minutes and 6 seconds into the game. The blue line shot from the point. And that was finally the first shot that the Sabres have gotten in this game. Only 4 shots combined here in this one. As it's a tie-up in the face-off dot. One here as Krebs is set up behind the net. Or Zucker, pardon me. Centering pass by Quinn now is blocked away. Sanheimer, there's a delayed penalty, I think. And I believe the Sabres will go to the power play as everyone gets into the corner, I think, for just a moment. I don't know what happened there. I think there was a penalty. And are we right? Oh, a cross-check there by Cam York. That's a very dumb one. Ugh. Very bad penalty to take there by Cam York. And so the Sabres will get the advantage here on the power play. Trying to take advantage of their first opportunity of the game. See if they do so. As it's Zucker, Norris, Thompson, Doan, and Dahlin to start off this power play in the Philadelphia zone. This is a big power play here for the Sabres after the Flyers didn't convert a minute or so in. Here's Dahlin from the blue line at Thompson. Thompson, shot, save, rebound. Oh, what a save, Vladar! On the rebounder, to hit the post. Dahlin, the shot, he scores! Rasmus Dahlin gives the Sabres a 1-0 lead. What a stop there on Doan before the chance, or in the goal by Dahlin, who had open room. The screen was Zucker. And the Buffalo Sabres on the power play have taken a 1-0 lead. And they take advantage of their first power play of the game, and not like the Flyers. And so the Sabres strike first here in Buffalo. Goes into the corner, the forecheck there by Kozak along the wall. 17-2-1 when scoring first this season for the Buffalo Sabres. That will be an icing here on Philadelphia. Buffalo has won the last 10 games when scoring first. Dahlin with his 5th goal of the season. And Dahlin out-muscled someone along the boards, and I believe that was Couturier. Picked up the puck along the boards, and he got the puck towards the net as he had Zucker as the screen in front of Vladar. Doan with that opportunity. I don't know how that stayed out, but they still got their goal. Rasmus Dahlin with the first goal of the game. Thompson in the face-off dot, tie up along the dot there, and finally won here by Drysdale as he clears it out to center ice. As it was Byram playing it to tuck back into his own zone as Power. As it's Byram now in his own zone. Back for Power again. Thompson, stick handles at center. Thompson, tuck back in. Tuck got forced off the puck there by Andre. Thompson along the boards, plays it behind the net. Thompson, a tough angle shot, deflected to the near side. Power lost at the blue line. He was intending to get that pass there for Byram. That deflected out to center ice. Doan and Thompson with the assist on Rasmus Dahlin's 5th of the season. And Benson just missed the pass. Benson along the boards. This is the top line working here offensively. For the Buffalo Sabres, it's finally cleared out. Michkov. And it's shot back in by Konechny. Power behind the net. First goal belonging to the Sabres on the power play. Dahlin with the goal, his 5th of the season. This is moved ahead here on a stretch pass as Jack Quinn along the boards tries to get it free. Zegras will chip it out to center ice and moved ahead here by Dvorak right to the middle. Here's a chance. Played into the middle. Zegras, a backhand shot, save made on a spinorama move. 8:53 left to go, and another big save there by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. 8:53 to go. We'll be back. 1-0. Sabres lead. And I forgot to unmute everybody. I might apologize for that. Good thing a goal didn't happen. I apologize. I don't know what I was doing there. That's my apologies there, everybody. Tucking the face-off dot, and it's one here as it's shot back in by Metsa. Along the boards, it's almost turned over to Benson, who had the puck for just a moment and just lost the control of it as Cates chipped it ahead. Cates gets it back at center. Grabenkin back in, who got robbed earlier on in the period. Drag move, what a chance, and what a stop on Tippett. The drag move, and it went to the backhand. The shot that deflected wide from the point. Andre with the opportunity. He might have deflected off a leg, I believe, in front. Andre now with the puck, dropped it off for Tippett. The shot deflected, blocked into the corner. Benson flips it out to center. Played along the boards as Tuck lost it. As it's forced back into the Philadelphia zone for Drysdale. Andre will move it ahead. A turnover by Couturier was held in onside. McLeod feeds it in deep. The shot deflected off the post. Oh, an open net. Save Ladar on the rebound. I thought that went in. An open net, and I believe Byram missed it. Wow. McLeod feeds it for a chance right in. Oh, how did that not go in? It was Jack Quinn setting up Byram. Open net, and he hits the post. Everyone celebrated a little too early. That hit the post. An open net for Byram, and instead, he hits the post, and that's the break the Flyers need in this one. Man, that's an open cage, or else that's 2-0 Buffalo. McLeod in the face-off. Wow, that's just unbelievable. Wow. Everyone celebrated a little too early, including his teammates. Byram had an open cage for his 11th, and instead, he stuck a 10. At least for the moment. Sealer played it along the wall. Cleared out the center. Power right to the middle. Byron with 5 points in the last 4 games. Could have had 6 points in the last 4 games in the period. Turnover here. Zucker playing it across, and the pass didn't connect. Again for Byram. He could not handle the puck. Oh, man. That's brutal. McLeod. Power. Big check thrown along the boards. York will play it back into his own zone. Moved ahead here. Here's Sanheim. Got taken down by Zucker. Norris plays it across as Byram right to the middle for Norris. Norris lost it. Diving play there as York will get it back at center ice. Plays it off the boards. Konechny across the ice for Sanheim, who shoots it back in outside the blue line. Darlene gets it in the corner. Moved ahead here and in transition here by the Buffalo Sabres. They carry it back in, and Doan chipping it into the corner. Oslin trying to get it. Norris in the corner. Feeds it back up top to the point as it was held in by Samuelson. Shot to the net was blocked, and Konechny the other way. Potentially 2-on-1. That's broken up by Doan. Back in onside, 2-on-1. Samuelson the shot. He scores! Samuelson off the turnover. It's 2-0 Buffalo. Wow. The strip of the puck from center ice, I believe that was Dvorak or Zegras. Zegras is carrying the puck ahead. He lost the handle. He was trying to pass it to Konechny. Doan, the great read there. Oslin made it a 2-on-1, and Samuelson open in the slot, beats Ladar. And the Sabres have a 2-goal lead, and Zegras mad with himself about that. That's unbelievable. Wow. So the Sabres do get the 2-goal lead. Byram missed that open cage earlier on in the, just moments ago. And now the Sabres do get their 2-goal lead. Can honestly be 3 right now. Kozak played it across. It's moved ahead here nicely. Shot towards the net was stopped. Krebs forced it back behind the net. York lost it. Tippett will get it now. Almost another turnover. It was those sticks in the lane there. York has it in his own zone. Plays it for Sanheim. 2 goals on 3 shots for the Sabres. Flyers with 6. No goals just yet. Grabenkin lost the puck in the handle. Tuck will backhand it around. Moved ahead here. Stretch pass. Here's Tage Thompson. Thompson to the net. A backhander off the post. What a move. And it hit the post. Thompson centered. Benson was there. And he could not control the puck. What a move by Tage Thompson. Shot save made from the short side. Oh, what a chance for Tage Thompson. And it's icing on Philadelphia with 3:31 to go. And all the energy to the Sabres. Tage Thompson, almost a highlight reel goal. And instead, he hits the post. It could honestly be 4-0 Buffalo. Wow. Hits the side of the post. That's unbelievable. Man, that's brutal. Zucker's in front of the net as the Sabres win another faceoff. Samuelson's shot. That goes wide from the blue line. Centering pass for McLeod. Bounced on his stick. Michkov almost given away there again. Grunstrom will backhand it back in. Quinn to McLeod with some speed now. McLeod darts in. McLeod to the net. Now behind the net with the backhand centering pass. Oh, what a stop, Vladar. Samuelson into the corner for Quinn. Quinn with the opportunity on that previous chance. The Sabres are rolling right now. Abels along the wall. Abels still with the puck. Flyer went down to the top of the crease. Sanheim along the boards. Plays it behind the net. Centering pass blocked away. Dahlin. And Krebs will clear it out to center. Andre will move it ahead here. Delorier back in. Delorier slap shot save made. Big stop there by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen on the rush. Shots are 7-5 in favor of the Flyers. Turnover at the blue line. Here's Norris along the wall. Norris on the backhand. Holds it in. Dropped it off. Byram. And a turnover here. Potentially a 2-on-0. Konechny to Zegras. Zegras. Backhand pass. Oh, he didn't get a shot away. He was trying to drop it for Konechny. And they don't get a shot on that broken chance. Oh, man. That is just brutal. Norris will backhand it out the center. That's unbelievable. A 2-on-0. Kinda. He tried to drop pass it for Konechny. They don't even get the shot away. Zegras a shot. Save made along the boards. 1:41 to go. That's unbelievable. First period. Brutal period for the Philadelphia Flyers. He should have just shot that. Man, they just ran out of room. Byram got back quickly. 2-0 Sabres. We'll be back. Welcome you back here, everybody, to Buffalo, New York, and a brutal first period here for the Flyers. Multiple opportunities here for the Sabres. They have red passes here. They have red plays. This was the second goal by Samuelsson, and that was just a turnover at neutral ice by Zegras. They have had a brutal game. Tuck behind the net, trying to make it 3. Tuck in the corner, feeds it back for Thompson, who holds it in at the blue line. Benson let it go to Dahlin. Dahlin with the puck on the backhand near the goal line. Goes back up top. Long shot. That went wide. Samuelsson. And chipped out by Tippett. Dahlin plays it back for Samuelsson. 8 goals in 43 games this season for Samuelsson. 7 goals in his first 212 NHL games. That's unbelievable. He has had a good season here for the Buffalo Sabres. Here they come back on side. Michkov. Michkov with the puck. Force it into the corner. Couturier tries to center one. That did not go. Grabinkin along the boards. Grabinkin feeds it back up top. York the shot. Deflected. Save! May on the rebound. Couturier with the opportunity. Grundstrom back up top. York. York feeds it into the circle. Behind the net. Couturier tied up with Dahlin. Feeds it back to the point, and Sanheim could not hold it in. Less than 30 to go here in the first period here in Buffalo. 2-0. Sabres leading it. York with the puck now. Moves it through center. Shot in from the red line. Flyers need a goal here to get back in the game. Zegras off the turnover. Centered shot! Oh, that went wide! Zegras centered again through the top of the crease. Konechny could never get the handle on it. Cleared out by the Sabres. That should do this period. 20 minutes in the books, and it's a 2-0 Buffalo lead, and they are just having a good time right now. We'll have our intermission report coming up next. 2-0, Sabres leading it. Samuelsson, the latest goal scorer for the Sabres. We'll be back, everybody. welcome you back, everybody, to the Intermission Report here on the NHL on MHS. As we welcome you back in, I'm Max. Glad you're with us here tonight, here on the NHL and MHS, listening to us wherever you're at, and glad you have tuned in with us and decided to listen to us here tonight. 2-0, the Sabres leading in only 5 shots on goal. The Flyers in the advantage with the shots on goal 8-5. Big saves by Luukkonen early on leads to this goal. Rasmus Dahlin on the power play. Doan, a big save Vladar on Doan, and then Dahlin just had all the room in the world. Just 2-3 bodies or 4 in front of Vladar, and the screen was just, man, that's a big screen in front. Doan and Thompson with the assists on that one. Then at 15-13, Samuelson off a giveaway at center ice. This is a very bad turnover by Zegras. Zegras turns it over at center. And Oslin feed it into the middle for Samuelson. 2-0 Buffalo, and Zegras, frustrated by that, shot the puck down the length of the ice with the frustration. And the Sabres could honestly made it 4 or 5 goals in the first period. Thompson had a glorious move, and he hit the side of the cage. Byram had an open net, and he hit the post. So honestly, this could be 4-0 Sabres. So the Flyers are just looking to get out of that first period, just only down by 2, because they could be down by a lot more. Because that was just an embarrassing period for the Philadelphia Flyers. Had opportunities and flubbed opportunities as well. These are the stats after the first period right here, if you want to read them. 5-2 Flyers in December 3rd's matchup between these two teams. December 18th, 5-3 Buffalo. And right now in this one, 2-0. This will be the last time they meet each other here in the regular season. We'll see if they meet each other potentially in the playoffs, if they can potentially do that. Let's see the scores around the National Hockey League. Let them load here. And let's see. Apologies, it's just loading here. It's really slow. Okay, second period right now. Devils Kraken, only 19 shots combined and 2 goals. Let's go over the goal scores in that game. Oh my, look at the Rangers. Well, they are tanking for McKenna in Broadway. Cody Glass scored 4:54 seconds in, his 10th of the season. Larson tied it up at 8:55. Devils regained the lead on the power play goal by Nico Hischier, 2-1 at 3:33 of the second. Then McCann tied it on the power play goal right afterwards. And Dunn and Eberle with the assists on that at 5:06. 4-0 Sens. What went wrong? Let's see. 2:18 in, a power play goal by Batherson. Then Jensen at 4:53. Then at 15:01, Brady Tkachuk. And with less than 7 seconds to go in the first period in New York, 4-0 due to Dylan Cousins' goal. This is the other game tonight. Only 4 games slated for tonight's evening. And if you're the Rangers, that's just a rebuilding mode right there, because there's no way. There's absolutely no way that they're going to be competitive unless they pull off a Buffalo kind of streak here. But right now, they are just falling down here, a downhill slope right now. In our game, a 2-0 lead for the Sabres. We'll be right back with more on the Intermission Report coming up next here on the NHL and MHS. We'll be back, everybody. We welcome you back, everybody, for the intermission report. We'll go over the goals once again. Samuelson at his 8th of the season. Oslin his 6th assist of the season. 18th assist for Doan. Darlene got the first goal. 5th goal of the season, a power play goal. Doan a 17th assist. And Thompson with the 21st assist. And let's go over the AHL scores right now, because the AHL games are being played right now. The American Hockey League. Let's go over those scores while we're at it here in our intermission report. Right now, in the second period, the Wolfpack and the Bears, 2-2 tie with 2:42 left to go in the second. Senators up 2-1 over the Rocket. It was 7:59 left to go in the second period. Checkers up 4-1 over the Thunderbirds with 4:37 to go in the second period. Penguins up 1-0 over the Bruins. Not the NHL teams, but the AHL teams. 3:48 left to go in the second period there. The Crunch are losing 1-0 to the Americans with 4:45 left to go in the second period. The Firebirds leading the Texas Stars 2-1 with 8:36 left to go in the first period. The Reign and the Eagles playing in moments in around 35 minutes or so. And the Canucks and the Goals will play later on tonight. As those are all the AHL scores in the night so far. We'll be back, everybody, with the second period coming up next. 2-0 Buffalo. Can the Flyers respond from all the attack by the Sabres? Or will it be another Sabres dominating night here at home? We'll be back. welcome you back here, everybody. 2-0. The Sabres leading it over the Philadelphia Flyers. And the Flyers will need a big second period here if they want to get back in the game. Because, man, that was a brutal first period for them. Welcome, everybody. I'm Max. Glad you're with us here on the NHL and MHS. And they have changed goaltenders as Samuel Erson's in net. Vladar is out. He gets the hook. And Erson will take over, and Tocchet made that decision. So Vladar gets pulled after letting up 2 goals in the first period. That's brutal. And his stats, 6-4 this season, and .858 save percentage for Erson. Yikes. That is probably one of the worst save percentages we've seen in the National Hockey League. Tage Thompson trying to win the faceoff or underway as he does, as Dahlin will backhand it back in from the red line. 2 goals on 5 shots, and Vladar gets pulled for that. But you also got to see here, the Flyers were not generating much. Here's York dropping it off. Tippett with the puck now. Feeds it into the corner for York. Behind the net, it's Cates. Pressured by Dahlin. Samuelson will take it away as Thompson will switch it ahead for Benson. Zach Benson into the corner. Gives it for Tuck. Tippett knifed it away. Thompson kicked it. Lost it as it's moved ahead here by Grbinkin. Grbinkin to Tippett. Tippett across. That didn't go. Cates behind the net. Tippett lost the handle. Got it back. Tippett delays. Tippett holds on to it. Uses the boards to get it back to himself. Plays it behind the net for Cates, who lost the puck. Tippett deflected it. Side of the cage, covered up. 59 seconds in, and saved there by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen as the Flyers were trying to move the puck there offensively, and nothing much there. Tippett just using the wall. He was making quite a few plays there. Cates and Power were battling in front of the net for a little bit in that sequence as well. Shots are 8-5 in favor of the Flyers here as it's Drysdale. Drysdale, the shot that deflected off a body in front. Shot, backhand save, rebound. Dvorak couldn't put it in. And Byram will clear it down the length of the ice for no icing. Andre, they did call it an icing. Ooh, that was close. Fans don't like that, but it is the icing call at the last second. This was the chance right here off the backboards. And the backhand, oh wow, what a save there by Norris. He used the leg to deny Dvorak of a rebound opportunity. If Dvorak does get it, that's certainly a goal right there and made it 2-1. Norris saves the goal right there. Wow. Minute and 15 seconds passing here in the middle frame. Norris and Dvorak in the face-off dot. Dvorak won it for a second and lost it. As Power backhanded back in outside the blue line. Along the boards, it is fought for. Drysdale trying to get it free. Norris lost it. As here is Byram. Byram in the corner. Pressure from behind by Zegras. Byram still with the puck. Pressured by Drysdale instead. Doan behind the net. Doan on the backhand. Tries to center one at the side of the cage. It goes. Drysdale, now Zegras. Plays it off the boards. Can't get it out of the zone just yet. Buffalo holds in and off another Flyers turnover. Doan, a backhand pass. Shot. Blocked in front. Rebound Byram. Byram with the puck now to Metsa. Lost the handle. Shot it back in deep. Into the corner. Doan trying to get it free. Says Dvorak. Then now is a penalty, I believe, or was played via high stick. Let's see. There is a penalty as Zegras goes to the box, and the Sabres will go back to the man advantage. Hooking call. As he'll go to the box, and if they make it 3-0 right here, man, this is going to be a brutal night for the Philadelphia Flyers. Norris in the face-off dot, that top unit who scored the first power play goals out there again. Along the boards, York tries to clear it. And he barely does as he got the pass to one of his teammates, and they were able to chip it out. Dahlin with the puck now. Will drop it off. Off the boards. He'll play it for Norris to Zucker. Zucker drops it to the point. Dahlin holds it in. They're using the boards here. Zucker into the middle. That was a tough pass. And it's forced back into the Sabre zone. Dahlin, the first goal scorer in the game. They're 1 for 1 on only one shot on goal. Here's Thompson. In. Thompson dropped it. They weren't communicating well on that drop pass, and now a race for the puck here in Dahlin. We'll get to the loose puck. Zucker now, 3 minutes into the second period. Zucker will carry it back in. Zucker on the backhand rimmed it all the way around. Thompson trying to get it free along the boards. Feeds it back up top to the point for Dahlin. Chip pass from McLeod. Thompson with the puck. Thompson holds on to it. Drifting shot, save! Zucker on a backdoor freed by Thompson. Dahlin fakes the one-timer, plays it across. One-timer goes wide of the net. Dahlin holds it in. Chipped it into the high slot for Doan. Thompson down low. Thompson, a nice move and a save made. Ersson along the boards. Thompson trying to get it back. Cleared along the boards. And touched up here by Dahlin. 25 to go. Like almost too many men there for the Sabres for just a moment. Shot around the backboards as it deflected. Quinn along the boards. Tuck lost the puck for a second. Has some help there in Benson. Tuck with the puck now. Tuck give and go here as it goes back up high, and Dahlin could not handle the puck there, and a huge kill here by the Philadelphia Flyers. Tuck is back in. Tuck feeds it across shot. Byram missed the net. Benson knocked it down. Benson trying to get to the loose puck. He does. Benson to the net. Benson a backhander. Save made. McLeod behind the net. Centered shot. Score! Jack Quinn. It's 3-0 Sabres. Oh, wow. After the power play had expired, Juleson out-muscled there by Benson. And McLeod fed it into the slot for Quinn. Quick release right there. Juleson wanted the penalty. He doesn't get the call, and it's 3-0 Sabres. That is brutal. 3 goals on 9 shots for the Sabres. That's the first one on Ersson. Drysdale forced back as the shots are even at 9 here in the game. But on the score, it is a 3-0 Sabres advantage. Turnover at center. Back in is Krebs. Krebs got through his man. Krebs. The Flyer does not have his stick right now. It's basically a 5-on-4 here as a shot deflected into the netting and out of play. 15-10 left to go here in the second period. Is a 3-0 Sabres advantage. And just a brutal night so far for the Philadelphia Flyers. They remove a shot now, so it's 3 goals on 8 shots now for Lindy Ruff's Buffalo Sabres squad. Trying to lead his team to a playoff spot. There's arguments between both benches now, it seems. As I believe it was Juleson. He's still mad about that no call that he got after it led to the goal there by Jack Quinn. That was Jack Quinn's 10th of the season, by the way. Ostlund could not win the faceoff as it's Konechny clearing it ahead. As they move back in on side on the backhand, Zegras dropped it off. Here's a chance from his tough angle, save. Konechny in the corner, goes back up high. Sanheim holds it in. Sanheim rimmed it all the way around behind the net. Along the boards, Konechny, a big hit by Konechny on Ostlund. He wanted a boarding call, and they won't get it. Wow. This might get nasty here in Buffalo in the next minutes or so. If this gets out of hand, well, I don't know what we're going to expect here. Moved ahead here by York, and here's Zegras shooting it around the boards. Couturier back up into the point. That's given away here in a 3-on-1. Thompson leading the rush. Thompson across, open net, and Benson missed it. That's about 3 empty nets that the Sabres have had here in the game, and they've missed them, all 3 of them. What a setup by Thompson. Thompson bounced on his stick. Wow. Tuck back in, dropped it for Benson. Benson spins around. Benson to Byram. What a pass. Byram in the corner. Byram. Thompson couldn't hold it in. He'll go back. He'll go for a change, I think. Maybe. Yep, he is going to go for a change, I believe. Metza across the board says it's Byram right to the middle. Deflected back in by Zucker. York behind his own cage. Plays it off the boards and into the bench, into the Buffalo bench. 13:27 left to go here in the middle frame here in Buffalo. It is a 3-0 Sabres lead right now at the moment. And Benson with an open cage instead hits the side of the net. We'll be back, everybody. 3-0, Sabres leading it. Hello, everybody. We're back. 3-0 Sabres. They have had so many opportunities. This could be a 6-0, maybe even 7-0 game. They've had so many missed opportunities. But they're still up by 3, and they have kind of just dominated this game. Here's Tippett. Tippett on the outside. Shot. Didn't even hit the net. And that's cleared out to center. Drysdale plays it around as it's shot back in as they move it ahead here in Cates. Noah Cates with the puck now. Backhands it around behind the net. Got through Grabenkin. Tippett. Grabenkin lost it as it was pressure from behind Darlene. Tippett tried to hold it in and he couldn't. Re-entrance here by Tippett. The shot deflected wide off a stick. Zucker lost it. Cates holds it in. The shot. Save made by Luukkonen. 12:46 to go here in the second period. 3-0 Sabres. And that was the first shot for the Flyers in a long time. Are they looking back at this Doan chance to see if it hit the post or if it went in? Or because they keep going back to the first goal of the game. Maybe that first shot did go in. Not sure. Off the faceoff one, Juleson the shot. That was blocked in front, and an open cage there might have been blocked as well. Obels with the opportunity. Man, Flyers get almost a break there and made it a 3-1 game. They did not. Malenstein behind the net. Malenstein still with the puck. Lost it in the corner to Juleson. Krebs trying to fight for it. Malenstein in the corner. Chipped it around the boards as it's played around to Sealer. Big check thrown there by Malenstein. Uh-oh, they might get at it. And that deflected off someone in front. 12 left to go here in the second period. 10-8, the shots favoring the Flyers. 3-0 Sabres on 8 shots. Flyers with 10. And yeah, this has been one of those games for the Philadelphia Flyers. Yeah, this has just not been the type of night they wanted, obviously, after losing back-to-back games to the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have won 11 in a row, but they got dominated in both of those games. Benson in the corner lost it. Along the boards, it's Tuck, feeds it back up top, shot blocked, Thompson, as he fan on it, actually. That pass did not connect. It's going to be an icing here on the Flyers. Wow. That stretch pass, and nothing is going right here. Konechny arguing about something. Maybe to his teammate in Dvorak. Philadelphia, they have one thing going for them. They have 15 comeback wins. That is most in the NHL. If they can pull a miracle here in Buffalo, that will be insane to see. But for right now, all the momentum belongs to the Buffalo Sabres, and if anything changes it, this might be a game again. As it's played along the boards here, York trying to get it out as Sanheim had passed it. Zegras deflected off a Buffalo stick, so it will be no icing. Finished the check there behind the net as it's played along the boards. Konechny. Dvorak lost it to Norris. Backhands it around. As here's Byram. Byram stretches it ahead. Turned over at center ice. Dvorak. Back in is Konechny. Konechny with the puck on the backhand. Tries to center one. That did not go. Bouncing puck into the high slot. Drysdale holds on to it. One-timer by Michkov. Blocking the way through. Konechny behind the net now. Zegras. Centering pass. He got fanned on right there. Was getting tied up, and the Flyers, I think, wanted a penalty. Andre now will move it ahead. 11 minutes left to go here in the second period. 3-0 Sabres. Played along the boards. It's Couturier on the forecheck. Couturier gets it free. Drysdale the shot. That whistled wide. Zucker now a 2-on-1. Potentially he's trying to center in front. Giving away. Zucker can't pass it to McLeod. Along the boards is Dahlin. Dahlin centering pass. Back door. McLeod holds on to it. Centering pass again. Krebs. Krebs with the puck now. Or Zucker. Zucker tries to center one. Michkov into the middle. That gets poked away. Here's Quinn back in leading the rush. Quinn across. Zucker dropped it. Dahlin the shot. Save made. Erson. Dahlin. Zucker. Played it around. Couturier trying to get there first. Couldn't. McLeod hold it in. Zucker trying to get it. Quinn trying to get it free. Couturier right to the middle. Michkov a touch pass to Andre, and he'll clear it. Dahlin now with the puck. Halfway through the game. Thompson fires it back in from the blue line. Hit the linesman's skate. And the Flyers will dump it back in as they'll go for a change. Played along the perimeter here as it's turned over almost to Juleson. Samuelson recovers that. Plays it across for Dahlin. Dahlin deflected into the middle. Lost it. 2-on-2 leading the rush here. Tippett the shot. Scores! Owen Tippett gives the Flyers life here in the game. It's 3-1. That's a nice shot and a nice drag move by Owen Tippett, who has been the most noticeable Flyer here tonight. And, man, what a shot. Kind of using Samuelson as a screen there on Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, and the Flyers respond, and they have stopped the bleeding potentially here. And on their 11th shot, they've beaten Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, and now it is a 3-1 game. Maybe some life here for the Philadelphia Flyers now. It's shot back in by Juleson. Played along the boards as Metsa backhands it out the center. Knocked down. Malenstein will get it in the corner. Malenstein to the loose puck first. Kozak trying to center one. That couldn't go. To the point it's held in by Metsa. Malenstein trying to get it. He gets it in the corner. Malenstein. So maybe some momentum here now for the Flyers. response shift here by the Sabres, though. They're having it in the offensive zone. Grebenkin almost turned it over. He does. Krebs holds it in and then turned it over to Tippett, who is the only goal scorer here for the Flyers tonight. Grebenkin, 3-1. Tippett tried to move it ahead. That's offside with 8:43 left to go. So maybe the Flyers have some life in this thing as Owen Tippett makes the deficit 2. It is 3-1 Sabres. We'll be back. Welcome you back, everybody. Lindy Ruff in the last 14 games for the Sabres, 12-2 record, a plus 18 goal differential, and he has led the Sabres squad to potentially a playoff spot, in a push for a playoff spot, actually. They have a real good chance in getting a playoff spot now, as they have just been a hot team, and they can just consistently keep going with this pace. And it's not a consistent pace, but if they can just at least don't go on a downfall again, maybe they're a playoff team once again. They haven't made the playoffs since 2011. Shot save made by Luukkonen on Delorier's shot from the boards. As Lindy Ruff, one of the older coaches here in the National Hockey League, led the Sabres to a Stanley Cup final against Dallas in '99. He coached Dallas later on in his career. Had those Sabres teams back in the '90s and the 2000s. Never won anything, but they're trying to make a playoff spot. That's a simple thing. Just trying to make a playoff spot for the first time in 15 years. If they don't make it this year, it might be 16. Or 15, pardon me. Quinn off the turnover. Quinn holds it in. Quinn feeds it across. That was out of the reach of Power. The shot deflected on goal. Quinn plays it around. Zucker let it go to Power. Power tries to center one. Here's Zucker. Plays it down low for McLeod off his stick. McLeod to Quinn. Quinn back up top. Shot saved. Made off the toe of Harrison. McLeod behind the net now for Zucker. Zucker centered. That one off a skate. I believe of Andre right there. And now it's Zegras the other way. Getting pressure from behind. Shot back into the corner. And taken down was one of the Sabres, and the penalty upcoming here. It's going against Philadelphia. Back in is Quinn. Quinn along the boards, touched up here by the Flyers. 7:16 left to go. And a power play here for the Sabres as Konechny takes an unnecessary penalty right there. It's a very bad time to take that penalty right there, and it looked like your team was going to get some momentum out of that Tippett goal, and now all of a sudden you're going to have to kill another penalty. This is going to be the third opportunity on the man advantage here. Ooh, that's Yeah. That's a trip, I think. Or cross-check, I'm not sure. So 1 for 2 are the Sabres on the power play. Norris wins the draw. Thompson back up top. Dahlin the shot, deflected down low. It got blocked on the way through. Norris lost the handle, feeds it behind the net now for Zucker. Zucker to Norris at the point. Norris deep in the zone. Zucker behind the net on his backhand. Surveying his options. Thompson, this is a very aggressive penalty kill here by the Flyers. Dahlin across. One-timer blocked on the way through. That was blocked by, I believe, York. Huge block there on a one-time opportunity for the Buffalo Sabres. Dahlin will drop it off here for Tage Thompson. Lost the handle. Thompson gets it back off the pass from Zucker. Norris along the wall. Doan trying to get it free. Doan got tripped up. No penalty. And shot down the length of the ice. Or tried to. Dahlin knocked it down. Almost a turnover here at center. Back in as they re-enter. Norris. Thompson dropped it off. Or tried to. Dahlin across. Waiting an option there. Dahlin again. The shot. Scores! Power play goal again for Rasmus Dahlin, the captain. And a fight right after the goal. Chaos ensuing here in Buffalo as everyone wants to get it's who is that? Sealer. Sealer wanted a penalty and Sealer keeps going. Sealer better watch out here. Wow. Man, that made him real hot. Dahlin second of the game. Wow. Oh, wow. Ooh. That is brutal. And it's a 4-1 Buffalo lead, and Sealer was frustrated about something. He wanted to pick a fight with Zucker, and he was livid. 4-1, Buffalo leads it now as they regain the 3-goal advantage. I told you it's going to get ugly soon, and it kind of did right there after that one. Here's Malenstein back in. Malenstein, the shot, save! Out-muscled Andre with the opportunity. Krabs, Malenstein. Played off the boards. Dvorak across. Backhanded back in. Tippett. Tippett along the boards. Pressured by Malenstein. Dvorak backhands it around. As it was out of the reach there. As Michkov will get it now. Michkov. 4-1 Sabres. Dahlin with his second of the game. On the power play again. And it's a 4-1 Sabres lead. They regain the 3-goal advantage that they had earlier on in the game. And some chaos here in this one. Physicality ramping up too. 6th of the season for Dahlin. Norris and Thompson with the assists. I believe Thompson has a 2-point night. 2-assist night. As it's Hathaway forcing it back in. Forced off by Samuelson. Byram. Big check thrown along the boards by Cates. Samuelson rimmed it all the way around for Byram. They're able to control the puck well. That's what the Sabres have been able to do all night. And the Flyers, not so much. Rimmed all the way around, but the Flyers still with the lead in the shots. They have not lost that, though. Turnover here. Hathaway holds on to it, dropped it from the point. Long shot. Save made. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. 4:35 to go here in the second period. The Sabres 4. The Flyers 1. Dahlin on a power play in the first period scored 1-0. He scores again. 4-1 Sabres. A 2-goal game for Rasmus Dahlin, the captain. We'll be back, everybody. Welcome you back here, everybody. 4-1, Sabres leading it over the Philadelphia Flyers. A shot off the faceoff. Got blocked along the boards as it's flipped around here as it's cleared out by the Sabres out to center ice. And Tuck will move it ahead. That was intercepted. Moved ahead here and chipped back in by Zegras. Into the corner, Power lost it. Benson delays to Benson. Benson will move it ahead. Zach Benson dropped it. Thompson with the puck now. Feeds it into the middle. That was broken up 2-on-1. Potentially the other way was Zegras and Dvorak. Dvorak in to Zegras. Couldn't knock it down. An elevated pass and Zegras couldn't get it. Down low shot. Save made. Luukkonen. Drysdale centered. And it goes to the top of the crease and wide. Shot from the point by Andre. Blocked on the way through. Zegras holds up. Centering pass knocked away there by Tuck. Tuck will move it into the middle. That was out of the reach of Benson. It hopped over his stick. 3.5 to go here in the second period. 4-1, Sabres leading it over the Philadelphia Flyers. Krebs dropped it. Oslin with the puck now. Oslin. Now Krebs behind the net. Now into the corner. Feeds it up top. Metza. Shot, save, rebound. Save made, Ersson. And it gets physical in front of the net. And everyone's dropping gloves now. One dropped their glove. It was Michkov and Krebs. .3:14 left to go here in the second period, and a great chance right there in front of the net. Michkov was mad at Krebs and Oslin. And they continue to whack at that puck. 3:14 left to go here in the second period. This is the chance earlier on before that happened. And so Konechny with the chance down low and got taken down. And then this deflection by Dvorak just missed. And I mean just missed. Unbelievable. Back in the other way are the Flyers. They call that offside as the back check there of the Sabres prevented the entry there by Gerbenkin. And 3:06 left to go. The Flyers are going to need a very big 23 minutes and 6 seconds to try to muster up a comeback here. Because right now it is all Sabres. And when you thought when it was 3-1, really, the Sabres really responded on the next shift. They worked the puck around the boards and they had ozone pressure after the goal by Tippett. It really didn't create momentum. The Sabres like, all right, that's just one. It's going to be a hand pass there with 2:50 left to go. As those touched up. 14-11, the shots favoring the Flyers. Kevin Adams was as general manager and replaced him with Jarmo Kekalainen. And now the Sabres were tied for last in the Eastern Conference. Ever since then, since December 15th, 10-2-0 record, and currently a point out of the final wild card spot. All you have to do is just fire the general manager, and all of a sudden, you know what? We're fighting for a playoff spot now. That's what Buffalo has done here since December 15th. Shot, blocked away there by Ersson into the corner. York, and it's cleared out to center. And they re-enter back in. Malenstein forced it into the corner. Big hit along the wall as it's played along the boards as it was Bryson trying to get it. York, and it is cleared out by Sanheim. All the way down, no icing, covered up by Pekka Luukkonen. And now everyone goes at each other once again. Pushing and shoving Hathaway. Laurie trying to separate with Bryson. And everyone getting together now. The frustration by the Flyers here. As the linesmen and the referees have to separate everybody there. And Chris Schlenker, Chris Rooney, Matt McPherson, and Jesse Marquise all there just trying to separate the players from preventing a fight here potentially. It's been that kind of night for the Flyers. It's a 4-1 deficit. They have mishandled the puck so badly here in this game. Even though they're leading the shots, they really haven't had some high. They've had some high danger ones, but It seems like they always can't find that finishing factor right now in this one. Face-off won here by the Philadelphia Flyers. Tuck trying to force it out. Can't. Zegras got tied up by Tuck. What a play there by Tuck to tie up Zegras to get it out of the zone. Shot back in around the boards and played into the corner. It was Dvorak trying to get the puck free. Deflected into the middle. Zegras lost it. And the Sabres trying to shoot it back in from the red line. There's a whistle behind the play. The net was dislodged with 1:55 left to go, and now they got to try to get the net back on its pegs here. Frustrating night here for the Philadelphia Flyers, but if you're a Buffalo Sabres fan, this is what you've seen in the last 15 games. If the Sabres were to win this one, they'd be 14-2-0 in their last 16. And with that stretch of games, you know you're not going to do all of this just to miss a playoff spot. That's what the Sabres are probably thinking. If they fall back to their normal ways, if they do, it'd be this winning and all this winning that they've done will have come for nothing. Dahlin got taken down behind the net, played along the boards as it was Zucker, pardon me. Beating the icing was Quinn. Quinn trying to get it. Konechny. And right into the middle, Drysdale. In his return, back into the Philadelphia lineup. Hasn't had much here in this one. Played around the boards by Dahlin. Moved it ahead. Zucker turned it over instead. Held in by Michkov. Intercepted there by Samuelson. And forced back out to center ice. Zucker back in. Zucker, centering pass. Had a cutter who was tied up. Quinn was the cutter right in front. Drysdale the other way with 70 seconds left to go here in the second period. Drysdale backhands it around. Luukkonen tried to play it along the boards. Taken down was Thompson. He was trying to go for the hit on Dvorak, or pardon me, Cates, and that did not go well. Less than a minute to go. Flyers need one here to get back in this one to make it a 2-goal deficit. They probably need one going into the locker room. Wraparound attempt, save, rebound shot, couldn't go. Loose on the side of the net. It is covered up by Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. And now the pushing and shoving starts again. And everyone getting at it right now. And there might be penalties out of this as everyone gets together and the fans loving it here at the KeyBank Center. 45.8 left to go, and this has gotten ugly. There's just been frustration by the Philadelphia Flyers all night. I think we got penalties out of that. Not sure we're going to get 4-on-4 here. York the wraparound attempt, and then the rebound chance. Cates, then Grebinkin trying to get the second rebound. Never could have handled it, and those are some cross checks if we've ever seen one right there. Zach Benson throw 3 of them right into the chest of Grebinkin. Grebinkin was just trying to stuff it in, and then Benson 1, 2. Battling with the sticks. He broke his stick as well as the slashing. I think they called Buffalo for that. So it's going to be a man advantage here for the Flyers, I believe. That's why he slashed the stick. He broke the stick. That's why. I didn't catch that on the first try when it originally happened. But on that replay, yes, that is a penalty. And that was unnecessary there by Benson. And they give the Flyers maybe some life here on this power play if they can get out of the funk here on this 31st ranked power play in the league. Tuck will clear it off the glass and down the length of the ice. Ersson, power play for Philly. They're second of the night. Haven't converted on one of them. Dvorak has Zegras back in. Konechny cross-checking Zach Benson. The call. York feeds it low. Plays it across. Dvorak back up top. York a shot. Save. Rebound. Loose in front. Zegras missed an open net. Zegras missed an open net. That's unbelievable. Held in. Zegras holds on to it. Zegras high slot shot. Deflected down low and wide. Dvorak behind the net now. Konechny lost the handle. That'll do it for the second period. 4-1. Sabres leading it after 40. Still 1:15 left to go on the man advantage when we return to the third period. But the Buffalo Sabres with a dominating effort here in this one, and it's shown all night. There's a delay here on the face, or on the, looked like for a second they're waiting to see what was happening. There's a penalty getting called here. Hathaway took a penalty. We'll play 4-on-4 instead of a power play. Never mind. Wow. We'll be back, everybody. Now, I was wondering what the delay was for. He takes a penalty, though. That's unbelievable. We'll be back. 4-on-4 when we return to the third period. It's getting ugly here in Buffalo. We'll be back. 4-1, the Sabres lead. welcome you back. Intermission report, and let's go over the scores around the National Hockey League while we're at it here. And interesting enough, that 2-2 score in New Jersey, that game's about to go into overtime. The Devils and the Kraken. And that's about to happen right now. 4-on-4 for a minute and 14 an hour game. Let's go over our scoring at least. Quinn made it 3-0, 4:22 in. Then Tippett, 15th of the season, got the Flyers back in it with 3-1. 10:28 in. Cates with the assist, and Darlene on the power play. Norris and Thompson with the assist. Thompson, I think, has a 2-assist night here. And yeah, he does. Let's see for the Kraken and the Devils if whatever that score is going to end in. 6-1 Senators over the Rangers. That is just brutal. Golden Knights Kings coming up soon as well. And let's see what's happening in the New Jersey Kraken game. We'll give you I guess commentary, I guess, of that. Quinn Hughes in his own zone. Hughes to Mercer. Mercer plays it back. Hughes just delays. This is just possession here in overtime. Heischer back for Hughes. Hughes through the middle. Hughes drops it off. Heischer waits. Down low. What a chance. Mercer had a chance right there in front of the net. Yeah, so that's games is going in overtime, and potentially the next time we see that score, it'll probably be the end of that game. As we welcome you in, everybody, for just joining us. I'm Max, glad you're with us here on the NHL and MHS's Intermission Report. Still going on in overtime. The Devils and the Kraken. That's the only game that's gone into overtime, unless our game goes into an overtime at 4-1 Sabres. Big save there by Grubauer. 3:58 left to go in overtime there. So, the Flyers will need a comeback, and for the good sake and stats, they took a dumb penalty at the end, Hathaway. I need to research how that happened. I'm not sure what he took. Let's see. He took a unsportsmanlike conduct. Zach Benson. Trying to see what happened here. Let's see here. Going to check what is happening here. We have some news about the Olympics from the assistant coach, Pete DeBoer, for Team Canada. He's revealed that the Olympic ice will be suitable, but the amenities such as locker rooms and concessions will not be fully ready. That is 10 years without that's an embarrassing thing for the hosts of the Olympic Games to allow that to happen. That's unbelievable. Way back, everybody, and let's see if Jack Hughes scores here. Hughes plays it across. It almost looked like too many men there for the Devils. Hughes, the shot, blocked. All right, we'll be back, everybody, with the third period coming up next here in Buffalo. We'll be back. Welcome you back, everybody. Third period about to start, 4-on-4, due to the penalty there by Hathaway. That is a stupid penalty. That is a very stupid penalty right there. Wow. So, Hathaway in the box, and we'll have 4-on-4. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Max. Glad you're with us here on the NHL and MHS, and that was just a stupid penalty right there by Hathaway. There is no need for that, and it eliminates a power play opportunity for the Flyers trying to get back in the game. Just pretty dumb. That is a pretty dumb play right there. Very dumb. Wow. A minute left to go on this 4-on-4, and then it'll be a Sabres power play. Josh Norris will not return. He has an upper body injury now. So the Sabres down a player here in this one. Down a center. McLeod. And he gets the pass back and deflected. See if it opens up here in the 4-on-4. Tucked behind the net. Centering pass off the stick of Harrison. And cleared out to center ice. Power with the puck now. 16-11, the shots favoring the Flyers, but the Sabres with a 4-1 lead here in the game. A turnover, Andre will regather the puck, re-enters back in, Andre getting pressured by 3 Sabres, and easily moved ahead here. Turned over to Drysdale. Drysdale will move it ahead with some speed. Jamie Drysdale dropped it off. Michkov with the puck. Michkov, the shot across. Drysdale hit the side of the cage on an open net. No angle, and the power play here starts for the Buffalo Sabres. They're 2 for 3. This is going to be an abbreviated version of the power play, though. See if they convert once again. Thompson will shoot it back in from the red line. A minute and a half has passed here in the third period. Doan, that was a last-ditch effort to hold that puck in, and he did. Cleared out by the Flyers, though. They need to kill off this penalty so they can try to at least get some momentum back on their side. They need a good goal quickly here. They're going to need some breaks because they have not gotten them here in this game. Thompson forced back into his own zone. Is going to be 2 for 4, but this was only 40 seconds or so of a power play here for the Buffalo Sabres as it's killed off by the Flyers. Along the boards is Zucker playing it back. Held in. Metza on the backhand to Byram. Deflected in deep into the corner. Sanheim lost it to Thompson. Centering pass for Zucker was out of the reach. And Hathaway's out of the box now, and it's played back here by Byram. Byram, a stretch pass as it's shot back in. Thompson almost getting laid into the bench there. To the Philadelphia bench. York passes it across, shot back in, bounced on Lukin, and a save made. Directed into the corner. Metza pressured along the wall, and Gerbenkin was on the forecheck. Cleared out to center ice here. Krebs along the boards, trying to get it. Here's Gerbenkin. Zegras is out of the reach. Dropped into the middle, tip of the shot! That whistled wide! Zegras, the tip at the shot! Glove save! Loose puck, Lukin covers! He was standing up when he made that stop. Tippett with 2 great opportunities. That one might have hit the outside of the post. And then this chance right into his equipment. This chance right here, backdoor. Drysdale hit the side of the cage. Oh, he made the save. Never mind. I thought it was the side of the cage. It actually hit the stick of Lukin, and I think that was going in. Wow, what a stop. I thought they hit the side of the cage. Darling got slashed, and he was in a little bit of pain. He went back to the bench, or he's still out there. Face-off one here by the Flyers. Quick shot. Save made as it's directed to the point. Behind the net, Michkov, wraparound attempt. Save, rebound, Konechny poked away before he could get the shot away. Oh, the Flyers are creating opportunities here offensively. And an icing here on Buffalo. 16:46 left to go, and maybe the Flyers, if they get one here, have some momentum in the game. They do have 15 comeback victories. That leads the NHL in that category. So they will, if they can get this may be an interesting game if they can get 1 or 2 back here. Face-off inside the Buffalo zone. The last goal for Michkov. He has not scored since November 29th of 2025. It is now January 14th of 2026. It has been a little bit for Matvei Michkov, who was having a great rookie season last year. He has not had a pretty good season this year. He has not had that here. Konechny intercepted there by Byram. Matvei Michkov with 9 points in 5 career games versus Buffalo. 4 goals and 5 assists. They could really use some goals right now. There's a whistle here with 16:25 left to go. Slashing, and Konechny goes to the box. Another bad penalty to take, and it's another power play here for the Buffalo Sabres. 18-11, the shots favoring Philadelphia, and Konechny just continues to just take some penalties that he probably shouldn't. He took that penalty right after Tippett scored to make it 3-1, and then they scored on that power play. So, I mean, or right after that power play, I think. It's just not been a good night for the Buffalo Sabres, or for the Philadelphia Flyers, pardon me. Doan rimmed it all the way around as it goes into the corner. Byram backhands it around behind the net. Centering pass! What a save, Erson. Zucker with the opportunity. Played by Luukkonen to Dahlin. Dahlin with 2 in the game, looking for the hat trick here on the power play. Dahlin carries it in. Dahlin rimmed it all the way around Doan. Doan behind the net now. Centering pass did not go. And it's flipped out of the zone by Dvorak, almost taken away, shorthanded. Hathaway got tripped up, penalty upcoming. That'll kill the power play for the Sabres, 1:18 of it. And a 4-on-4 for 1:18 as Byram takes the penalty. Trips up Hathaway right there, and 4-on-4 again. 15:42 left to go in the third period. 19-12, the shots favoring the Sabres here in the game. See if Philadelphia could take advantage of the open room here. That applies to the Sabres too. They are a speedy team, the Buffalo Sabres. Zegras trying to win the draw. It's McLeod and Zegras in the faceoff dot. Zegras won it. Andre played back here. This is along the wall. Tippett. Tippett getting pressured by 2 Sabres in the corner. Tippett still getting pressured out of the reach of Zegras. Possession here by Buffalo in the offensive, or in their own zone. Mallenstein moves it slowly to McLeod. Now to Power. Power with 55 to go on the 4-on-4. Owen Power will move it ahead. That was intercepted at center. Here's Zegras with the puck now. Dropped it off. Tippett, waits. Centering pass. That did not go as it deflected off a leg in front. Mallenstein chipped it around. Andre holds it in. Mallenstein clears it out to center ice. Half a minute left to go on the 4-on-4. As it's Power dropping it off. Dahlin back out there again. Dahlin right to the middle. That was broken up at center. Recovered here, though, by Bryson. Pardon me. Jacob Bryson was able to get the puck back there. Flyers power play in 5 seconds as it's along the wall and being fought for. Loose. Oslin gets it free. Power play for the Flyers here. Dahlin short-handed. Dahlin the shot. Goes wide of the net into the far corner. Benson waits. Benson behind the net. Benson outworking the Flyers right now. Oslin back up top and then just sending it back and just killing off the power play here for the Philadelphia Flyers. Shot down again. Erson plays it. Dropped it. Andre will move it ahead. Here's Zegras with some speed. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Zegras back in. Zegras lost it along the boards as it gets crushed. Wow. Now a race for the puck here. Race for the puck as it goes into the corner. Kozak. Power play is over for the Flyers. Kozak, the shot! Blocked on the way through by Drysdale. Cates the other way. In the zone. Cates, the shot! That was offside. 13:32 left to go, and a 4-1 deficit for the Philadelphia Flyers. They have not had a good night here. Tomorrow, the Flyers go on the road to Pittsburgh and face Sidney Crosby. Then tomorrow again, Marner and Matthews. Vegas versus Toronto, and then Friday, the Red Wings and Patrick Kane facing Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks. So we'll be back with everybody. 13:32 left to go. We'll be back. We're back, everybody. 11th game of 4+ goals since December 1st. 4th most in the NHL. 9-1-0 record in previous 10 games for the Buffalo Sabres. Darlene leading the way with 2 goals tonight. And it's a 4-1 lead for the Buffalo Sabres with 13.5 to go in the third period. Byram along the boards. Kozak holds it in. Philadelphia will need something here quickly if they want a chance here in the game. Tuck, touched up. What's the ruling? Is there a penalty? It is. Metsa to the box, and the Flyers will go to the power play again. A hooking, I think. Hooking on Obels, and the Flyers to their fourth power play of the game. It has been just multiple, and a little more penalties just upcoming here in this game, in this third period as well. Mostly in the third period, there's been a lot of penalties. Had a 4-on-4 twice already. Been a penalty-filled night. You got to think for the Flyers, they got to convert on their power play if they want a chance to get back in the game. Metsa for hooking. Konechny along the boards, getting pressure from behind by Byram. Konechny getting outworked there. Everyone on Philadelphia is getting outworked. That puck couldn't settle down for Dvorak, who was trying to hold it in along the boards. Drysdale with the puck now. 0 for 3 on the power play. Philadelphia with only 2 shots on their 3 opportunities. It's their 4th opportunity on the man advantage as Tippett drives to the net. Got angled off in a big hit there by Malenstein. Wow. Been a physical game here tonight, and it's shown. Buffalo's thrown out some all-time hits. Wow, Dvorak got laid down right there at the blue line. Drysdale, Tippett, feeds it low into the corner. Konechny centered across and scores! Trevor Zegras on the power play gives the Philadelphia Flyers within 2. And they finally get a power play goal. With 12:22 to go, that's a great play by Konechny. Konechny found Trevor Zegras back door. Oh, whoa. Hold on, we got to see there. Was that a kicking motion? I think he just directs that one in. I don't think he kicks it. Nah, he's stopping. He's going for that's not a kicking motion. That is not a kicking motion if Lindy Ruff will not challenge that. If he does, that might be a dumb decision there. 12:23 left to go. They're trying to see if that was a kicking motion. I knew that. That's not a kicking motion. If they challenge this could be a penalty again. If Buffalo challenges this, it will be another. No, they're going to line up for the faceoffs. That's the right call. Flyers get a goal on the power play. That is Trevor Zegras' 18th of the season. Leads the team in scoring. And the Flyers get a power play goal to get back in the game, and it's 4-2 now. A parade, a penalty box, and it's been like that all night. Cates now into the middle. Grabenkin try to drop it off. The passing's still not the best here for the Flyers. The shots are 20-12 in favor of Philadelphia, though. Shot back in by Ostlund along the boards. Fought for, comes free. Doan to the point, held in. Power. Doan lets it go, deflected off a skate. Sealer flips it to Michkov. Plays it across. He was looking for a change there. One of the Flyers. Power along the boards. Rimmed it around for Darlene, who has a 2-goal game, trying to look for the hat trick. Benson will shoot it back into the far corner. Tuck and Drysdale racing for the puck there. Tuck out-muscled Drysdale right there. Benson on the forecheck. 18th of the season for Trevor Zegras, connecting and Tippett with the assist. Thompson back up top of the point. Samuelson, one-timer. Byram missed the net. Samuelson feeds it behind the net for Tuck. Tuck on the backhand. Centering pass couldn't go. Thompson now. Thompson still with the puck behind the net. Thompson. Tage Thompson looking for an option. Goes back for Samuelson. A shot. Deflected save made Harrison. 10:57 to go. The point shot got through, and everyone gets together once again. I think it was Benson trying to go for the redirection right in front. Good stop there by Harrison. Tage Thompson with just the patience and the skating ability. He is just was so good right behind the net to try to set that up. He was looking for someone right in front at the top of the crease, and instead he goes to the point. Man, the patience there by Tage Thompson. Goal leader since the start of the 2024-25 season. 66 goals. Ahead of Ovechkin, behind McKinnon and McDavid. Ugh, it's unbelievable. Zegras ahead now. Dvorak sends it in. Darlene behind the net. The Flyers get one here. They're back within one. It's a 2-goal game, and it's not over yet here in Buffalo with more than half a period to go. 4-2. Luukkonen almost gave it away. Darlene rimmed it all the way around as it was not held in by Dvorak. Dvorak gets it at center. Dvorak moves it ahead. Zegras with some room. Covered up there by Power. Centering pass off a body. It was Sanheim with the opportunity. That could have bounced in off his shoulder. Sanheim, now Zegras. Tied up, Zegras. And Zucker will get to the loose puck, or try to. Couturier gets there first. Zegras trying to knock it down. Pressure here by the Flyers in the offensive zone. Konechny drops it off. Shot off the post! Oh, my! Juleson with the opportunity and almost made it a 1-goal game for the Flyers. Juleson, a perfect opportunity right off the bench, and he hits the iron. Wow. Kozak back to the point, held in by Byram. Krebs along the boards. Krebs up top. Samuelson will just shoot it back in. It would have been offside if they touched it. 9.5 to go, third period. Flyers need 2 to tie it. Couturier. Flyers going for a change here, a partial one. Tippett with some speed now will move it ahead. Has one of the 2 Flyers goals here in the game. Darlene looks to clear. Couturier trying to hold it in. Thompson tied up. Held in the zone though. Tippett dropped it. Here's a chance. Shot by Andre wide of the net. And Thompson regathers it. Gave it away again. A Tippett, the shot deflected right at the corner. Into the corner, Cates behind the net now, Michkov. Oh man, a big hit along the boards right there on Michkov. Angled him off the play. Icing here on Buffalo with 8:46 left to go. Third period, 4-2, Sabres leading it. Flyers with an opportunity, and Michkov, ooh. big collision into the end boards, and Juleson right off the bench, right off the post and out. Oh, that was close. Ringing the iron right there. So close. Less than 9 to go here in the third period. Buffalo with a 4-2 lead. On 12 shots. Flyers with 20 shots. They have 2 goals. One of them by Zegras and the other one by Tippett. 2 goals by Darlene. 1 by Samuelson. And I think one of them by Norris. Played off the boards as Oslin couldn't get it. Grunstrom along the boards. Grunstrom using the body. Shot from a tough angle. Save made. Luukkonen. 8:19 left to go. Third period. In a 4-2 game. Buffalo trying to hold on to their lead. Here at home at the KeyBank Center. The Flyers trying to make a comeback here. And try to ride that momentum to Pittsburgh tomorrow night against Sidney Crosby. Matthias Samuelsson, 8 goals, 15 assists, 23 points this season in 43 games played. This is all new career highs for him. And Rick Tocchet drawing up a plan here on the dry erase board. We'll be back. We welcome you back here, everybody. And as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the wild card standing, Buffalo and Philadelphia tie with the same amount of games, same amount of points. Buffalo wins it. They'll be back in the game as the deflection. Oh, man, that was close. Along the boards, it was played there, and it's cleared out to center. Maybe an icing again? No. What a race there by Benson to beat the icing. Tuck along the boards. Behind the net is Benson. Pressure from behind by Drysdale. Or Sanheim, pardon me. Thompson along the boards. Benson trying to get it free. Thompson gets it again. Thompson tries a stick handle. Lost it. Sanheim rimmed it all the way around. Konechny trying to get to the loose puck. He will. Dropped it off for York. York will move it ahead. Zegras shooting it back in on the backhand. Byram pressing from behind by Dvorak. 7.5 to go, third period. The Philadelphia Flyers trying to make the comeback here. As it's Juleson playing it back. Juleson had the opportunity right off the post. Almost made it 4-3. That one played. Where's the puck? I think it went out of play. 7:13 left to go. Will the faceoff stay in the Buffalo zone? I think it's going to come out the center. They're trying to draw up a plan here on the bench. Rick Tocchet and his coaching staff, and trying to see if they can get back in this one. As they've gotten one on the power play in Trevor Zegras' goal. 4-2 Buffalo. Face-off one here by Cates. Grabinkin. Back in is Juleson. Juleson lost it. Juleson gets it back off the deflection there by Samuelson. Darlene lost it. Darlene gets it back. Darlene getting pressured there by Grabinkin, and it's cleared. Race for the puck here. as it's played along the boards. Oh, man. Big hit on Quinn right there along the boards in the Philadelphia zone. Malenstein rimmed it around as it's McLeod who lost it along the boards. Grabenkin, and there's a whistle here with 6:38 to go. Roughing is the call. Nick Seeler to the box. Oh, that is a terrible thing to do if you're a Philadelphia Flyer. Why would you give him a power play late? Wow. Seeler. Let's see here. This is the penalty. All right. That is the call. Oh, yeah, the late part. Yep, that is a penalty. That is a dumb thing to do if you're Nick Seeler. Nick Seeler frustrated. The whole Philadelphia bench has been frustrated. All the players have been frustrated throughout the course of this game, and the Buffalo power play has been pretty good tonight. Might as well get Rasmus Dahlin a hat trick, wouldn't you say? Nick Seeler roughing. He's in the box. Philadelphia will need to kill this off if they want to have a chance in coming back in the game. Luukkonen plays it for Dahlin. Trying to get the hat trick here tonight in Buffalo. Dahlin splits through the middle. Doan dropped it. Along the boards on the backhand is Oslin. Thompson holds it at the blue line. Oslin along the boards in the circle. Oslin feeds it low. Zucker. Oslin again. Zucker down low in the slot. Doan lost it. Dahlin now. The pass across for Oslin that deflected off a stick in front. And out of play into the crowd with a 6:02 left to go here in the third period. 20-12. The shots favoring the the Philadelphia Flyers here in the game. 4-2 they lead. And crucial moments here for the Philadelphia Flyers if they need to kill this off. If Buffalo scores here, this game's over. Honestly. There's not enough time for Philadelphia to score 3, especially if they took forever to get their second one right now. Luukkonen, and now here's Dahlin. 1:15 to go on the man advantage again for the Buffalo Sabres. Doan right through the middle, dropped it for Thompson. Thompson across, bouncing puck. Either way comes Sanheim. Sanheim shorthanded. Chipped it in. Dahlin gets it in the corner. Flyers killed off the first half of this power play. Thompson back in. 50 seconds to go on the power play here. 2-on-1 shorthanded, potentially connecting. Now it's a 2-on-2. Konechny tries to center one. Knocked away there by Luukkonen. Buffalo was going for a change there for a second. It looked like a 2-on-1. 21-12. Shots favoring Philadelphia. 35 to go on the man advantage. Dropped off here. Almost another turnover. Ooh, jeez. Kind of sloppy here if you're the Buffalo Sabres on this power play. They're trying to put this game away. Because it's still just a 2-goal game. It's not like it's 6-2 or something like that. Owen Power back in. Power drives to the net, now forced into the corner. McLeod waits, feeds it across. One-timer! Where's the puck? It's up in the air. It goes into the far corner. No one knows where it was. Power play is over now for the Sabres. Flyers kill it off here. Quinn along the boards. Quinn out of the box was Seeler. Sanheim flips it. Dvorak dropped the Couturier, forced back in. Less than 4.5 to go here in Buffalo. In a 4-2 deficit for the Philadelphia Flyers. Buffalo trying to just hold on and win this game. This Flyers trying to come back. Try to tie this game. 4-2 deficit with 4 minutes left to go. And it becomes a question when you pull Ersson. It comes when you get that offensive zone opportunity potentially. And these passes are just not it right now. These are brutal passes right now to neutral ice for the Philadelphia Flyers. Andre clears it out to center. Konechny will move it ahead here for Zegras. Comes the question if you pull him right here to the corner. Dahlin rimmed it all the way around. Not out of the zone just yet. It was held in by Konechny. 3.5 to go. Third period. Still no signal here. And Ersson leaving the net. Nothing here. They're just standing here. They're just wasting some time on their own side of things. as Drysdale. There's this Erison trying to get into the net, and 3:16 left to go is an offside whistle. That is just sloppiness there by the Philadelphia Flyers. And the faceoff will come outside the Buffalo blue line, I believe. Because, man, this has been a brutal game for the Philadelphia Flyers. It's just, man. Way back, everybody, with 3:16 left to go. Third period. Flyers trying to make the comeback. Buffalo just trying to hold on. We'll be back, everybody. And we welcome you back, everybody, with 3:16 left to go in the final period. The Flyers trying to come back from a 2-goal deficit late here in the third. Buffalo just trying to hold on. Shot back in by Konechny, rimmed all the way around. Buffalo trying to send it down. It's going to be an icing on the Sabres as the net is empty now for the Philadelphia Flyers. Rick Tocchet has made the decision to do so. 3:05 remaining here in the third. And let's see if the Flyers have some attempts here to try and get back in the game. Buffalo just trying to lock this thing down and win their 14th out of 16. Face-off one here. Struggle in the face-off. Tippett gets it free. Tippett with less than 3 to go. Tippett feeds it into the middle. Here's a shot. Dvorak down low. Backdoor pass. Just missed it. It was Michkov with the opportunity. Drysdale gives it back. Give and go with Zegras. Konechny's in the middle. Zegras 6-on-5 advantage. Shot. Deflected. Save made Luukkonen. 2:46 to go. The point shot right there. This backdoor pass deflected off the pad of Luukkonen, I think. Or off a Byram stick. Or else Michkov makes it a 4-3 game right there on that backdoor pass. Whew. Close one. Still haven't called it a timeout yet in Rick Tocchett's squad. Face-off won by the Sabres. Byram flips it out to center. Bouncing puck. And Drysdale plays it for Zegras. 2.5 to go. Third period. Into the middle. Konechny lost it off the poke check. Turned over. Tippett dropped it off. Drysdale back for Tippett. Tippett still with the puck. Tippett holds on to it. Tippett across for Zegras. Zegras shot! Blocked on the way through. Michkov taken down from behind by Doan. Doan will use the glass. And is there a penalty? It is! The Philadelphia Flyers will get a late power play as well, as I believe they call Benson for the penalty and taking down Michkov. And a crucial moment here. Empty net and a power play. And I suspect they will take a timeout here. Or they won't. I'm not sure. Is there a timeout? I believe there is. Empty net, power play for Philadelphia. 6-on-4 advantage, basically, with the net empty. 2:15 remaining here in regulation, and obviously you had to take the timeout right there. Draw up a plan. This is very, very crucial for the Philadelphia Flyers. Man, this is a golden opportunity to get one and then get another one quickly. You need two. So you need to score really quickly on this power play to get at least some time to try to get the tying mark, because this is that was a huge call right there. Calling that penalty right there. It was a penalty. Benson taking down Michkov. But this now becomes an interesting last 2 minutes and 15 seconds here in the third period. 22-13, the shots favoring the Flyers. And they're trying to come back in this game late in regulation. They have 15 comeback wins in the NHL. That leads the league. Dvorak in the tie-up in the face-off dot. Comes free for Tippett in the corner. Power play for Philadelphia in the empty net at the other end. Drysdale across. Zegras. Back for Drysdale. Shot! Blocked on the way through. Tuck trying to go for the empty net. It is bouncing. There's going to be no icing. Less than 2 to go. Tippett. They got to get one here quickly. Philadelphia. Zegras will move it ahead right through the middle. Carries it back in on the entry. Zegras at the goal line. Zegras trying to center one. Comes for Tippett. Feeds it back up top. Drysdale. 100 seconds to go. Zegras across. Michkov. Back for Zegras again. Across for Drysdale. Dangerous pass. Drysdale forced to give it to Tippett. Tippett. They got to hurry here. 90 seconds to go. Drysdale across. Zegras faked the one-timer. Zegras holds on to it. Zegras, a shot. That goes wide. Rebound on the side of the cage. Goes into the corner. Konechny back up top. Drysdale to Zegras. Back for Drysdale again on the blue line. Here's a shot, and it goes wide by Konechny. 1:10 to go. Zegras. Zegras still with the puck. They got to hurry. Approaching that final minute of the third period. 4-2. Buffalo leading it. Michkov into the middle. Konechny gets it back. Zegras. Back for Michkov. The shot. That got blocked into the corner. Less than a minute to go. Michkov, the shot. Blocked down. Loose puck in front. Goes into the corner. Samuelson. Held in by Michkov. Poked out the center. McLeod a tuck. Tuck for the empty net to McLeod. He scores! And that'll do it. Flyers didn't really create much. They were just trying to shoot that puck towards the net multiple times in the blue line and in the slot. All of them got blocked. A great game here by the Buffalo Sabres. And McLeod adds the icing on it. And that'll probably put this game away. Empty net is gone now for the Philadelphia Flyers. They're down by 3 again. Less than 30 to go here in Buffalo. A 5-2 lead. Grabenkin forced it into the corner. Luukkonen tries to clear it as he could not. Centering pass right in front. Grabenkin couldn't get it. Grabenkin along the wall. Grundstrom trying to get it. 15 to go. Tied up behind the net. Trying to kill off the time here in Buffalo. Fans banging the glass with 8 seconds to go. Still stuck along the boards. Malenstein draining the clock. 3 seconds and 2. To the blue line, the shot goes wide of the net. And the Buffalo Sabres win it by a score of 5-2. And the Buffalo Sabres win it 5-2. 14 shots on goal tonight, and they get 5. 22 for the Flyers, and they only get 2. Wow. What a domination here for the Sabres. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen with a great game. 20 saves on 22 shots. Vladar started, got pulled after the first after letting in 2 goals on around 5 shots, I believe. And Harrison stopped the rest. And let in 3 as well. Sabres win 14 out of 16. They win it by a score of 5-2. And wow, they have played some great hockey in this stretch of games. Wow. 5-2 Sabres. As Darlene got 2 of the game. Big goals on the power play. And leads them to a 5-2 victory against the Flyers here at home. I am Max. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time here on the NHL and MHS. Good night, everybody. Your final score here in Buffalo, 5-2.